you can get what's actually reflective of what's happening, not what you guess is happening from a bot. A question we get all the time is, why don't you use rank? It's pretty obvious that if you have a higher ranking on Airbnb, you're going to get booked more. Nobody's arguing that. The reason we don't use rank is because it's very difficult, if not impossible, to collect accurately. And here's why. So in order to collect your rank, you have to do what's called scraping. Now, scraping is the process of using a bot or code to go to a website and collect information on that website. In order to do that, the code has to pretend like it's a human, or the site will most likely block it.
Are you human?
In fact, if you hit a site too many times, it will present a CAPTCHA, it'll do a lot of things that, a lot of sites, they try to block those bots because it costs them money to surface the site for every person that visits it. So if you have a bot that's hitting it millions of times a day, it costs the website money. The bot has to go onto the website and find you in the search result and then present to you what rank you came up in the search result. So here's why scraping for rank is a problem. Airbnb customizes the search result to every user that searches.
Here, I made this for you.
This is not uncommon. Google does this, Yahoo does this. Every search engine wants to present the most relevant results in search. They do this by using things like your cookies and other information that you're hitting their site from. So your search result when you go to Airbnb is very different than my search result when I go to Airbnb. Case in point, if you have ever clicked a property in a given location, if you go back to that same location in search, you'll find that property on the top of your search results. That's because Airbnb is looking at your history. They've seen what you've clicked on and they want to show you what's most relevant. So the problem with using a scraper or a bot is it doesn't have history. It doesn't have all of the personalization that a normal search result would have.
Nothing is personal.
And so that's problem number one. Problem number two is there are only 15 pages of search on Airbnb. Now multiply that by 18 results on each page and you get 270 results total for a given search on Airbnb. So if a bot is trying to find you in the search results, they only have 270 results to work with. Well, it's likely that you're in a city that has a lot more than 270 Airbnbs in that location. So in order for the bot to find you, it has to start getting more specific, or it has to start using more filters. So it has to start maybe zooming in on your area, or maybe it has to start using amenities, or it has to start using price filters or date filters in order to get you to show up. Well, the problem with doing that is that's a very subjective way to find you in search. That doesn't represent how the customer or the guest is actually searching for you. Again, using a bot to collect rank is just not representative of what's happening.
That's not what happened. That's exactly what happened.
And problem number three is your guests are using filters on Airbnb. What most people do is they go on to, they'll type in your location and their number of guests, and the first thing that happens is they realize there's too many search results. There's thousands in a lot of cities. And so then they start to pick things that they want specific to their stay. They start picking kid-friendly or pool or hot tub or beachfront, right? And those are the filters that matter to them. Then they start using price filters and things like that until they finally narrow it down to maybe 5 or 10 listings that they want to choose from. Again, a bot doesn't do all those things. A bot doesn't know what guests are using to actually find you on Airbnb. And that is why we prefer a different metric to measure your placement in Airbnb search. That metric comes straight out of Airbnb. So now you can get what's actually reflective of what's happening, not what you guess is happening from a bot.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
That metric that Airbnb uses is called first page impression rate, and we surface it for you right in IntelliHost. So not only is first page impression rate a more accurate metric, but it's only step 2 of the 4 steps that every guest needs to take before they book your property. Before you can even get on the first page, you actually have to appear in search in the first place. That's called an impression. Once you've actually appeared in search, then you need to get on first page of that search. Then after you've been seen on the search result, then you need to get clicked. I don't care how many first page impressions you've gotten, if you're not getting clicks, you're not gonna get booked.
It's all for nothing.
And so that's why you need to also monitor your click rate and then your book rate to see what might be going wrong in your funnel and address the problem that's most relevant for you. So yes, rank is important, but measure it with first page impression rate, not rank, and make sure you're looking at your whole funnel, not just your rank. If you wanna know what else works on Airbnb, hit subscribe.